about why it is so important to pay attention to your hair. So for starters, I have been there before when the new thing now, and people are making money off of the term too, that everybody wants to do, is to grow their hair long. So you'll have people that make certain videos because they know people want to grow their hair long. They put certain things in there and it draws a lot of people in to get them to think like, oh, this is what I need to do. A lot of this stuff may not work well for your hair because you have to know your hair to know if something is going to work. And because somebody's flashing a title like, oh, this is going to make your hair grow fast, but it's some type of tip of like, do this, like stand on your head, like craziness, you fall into that and you cause more harm than good. When I did my video, growing your hair fast, there were no tips or tricks. It was like very like simple stuff. Those are the videos you want to look at because some people's stuff is titled how to grow your hair fast, but it's like simple stuff that's not that don't sound crazy. Like if it sounds crazy, it's probably not something you want to try. So everybody wants to grow their hair long, but in growing your hair long, you have to pay attention to your hair. So you can't pay attention to somebody else's hair and say, all right, I'm gonna do what they do, emulate what they do. If I just do those same things, my hair is just gonna grow. Because like I talked about that in all my other videos, and I'll link it in the description box as well. Like your hair is different from everybody else's. That's the first thing you have to realize. Secondly, your hair grows at a different rate than everybody else's. Like I can remember I would want my hair to be longer than what it is. It was like when I first cut my hair. And, I would be around people. They were really not my friends. They would know this, and if the person that I was around hair was not as long as mine, they would bring somebody else in whose hair is longer, and it would be like, look how fast her hair grew. It grew a lot. And the person would be like, oh, my hair grew. It only took this amount of time, and I would get discouraged and be like, dang, like you start speaking death to your hair, and you don't want to do that. You want to speak life. So you can't focus on somebody else's growth rate because your hair grows at a different rate. Like God made none of us the same, and you be grateful that he didn't, because your differences are what makes you unique and what makes you a beautiful person and a beautiful spirit. So always remember that. So apart from that, with focusing on your own hair, you can't focus on someone else's growth rate. So if you're really like fixated on that, like I know for me, my downfall was watching a lot of YouTube videos, and like some people, they always are in competition with you, even when you're not even really thinking about that. They feel like they are, let me say that. And they'll be like, oh, well, my hair grew like this. And what do you say to people that are doing that? You kind of just ignore it, because y'all two different people. Y'all in two different walks of life. That's nice that their hair did that. Like for you, you got to do what's best for you. So you really don't say anything to that. Like you don't say anything to the fact that they said, oh, my hair grew this fast at this amount of time. You kind of just ignore it. Like, but for the most part, your environment has a lot to do with that. If you're around people that are going to speak death, like when you're doing something that's beneficial for your hair and they speak death to it, like the people that you be around, like you got to pay attention to that too. You really have to just focus on, what's going to be, like I said, best for your hair. So like you can't, if I'm just going to make up a name, if Sue Ellen hair grows, she gets like 12 inches of growth in a year. I'm exaggerating. And like you only get the 6. That's just what your hair does. When I learned, like, all right, this is what my little baby, I love my hair, we got a relationship together, I love her, I take care of her, I nourish her, and I don't try to make her do anything she doesn't want to do. I let her do her thing, because that's what she does is what makes her unique. What she likes is what makes her unique. I learned about her a lot, but she my little baby. And when I learned, like, okay, my hair just grows at this rate, my hair can do this, my hair likes this, that was when I was able to see the most growth. And I wasn't fixated on other people's length of hair. Like, I see people with hair way longer than mine all the time. Do I get upset about it? No. Because I'm just chilling. I'm not in a rush to have long hair. Everything takes time. Everything is a process. When you rush things, chances are you're not going to get the best of results. So just let it run its course. Let your hair run its course. That's another thing. The other thing I want to say is Pay attention to what your hair does and doesn't like. Like, if you're doing a style and you're trying to emulate, like, you want your YouTube, not YouTube, you want your natural hair journey to be that, all right, I'm going to just do wash and goes, because I was like this in the beginning. I'm just going to use myself as an example. I was like, oh, I'm going to just grow my hair with wash and goes. I see a lot of girls that are natural that wear their hair in wash and goes and their hair flourishes. Like, my hair is going to do the same thing. Let me run my journey like that. Well, in the process, I was ignoring my hair. Yeah, the wash and goes would look nice, but it was like my hair was breaking off. That my hair was telling me, like, girl, I don't like that. That's like you dating somebody and you've told them your favorite color. And when you go and ask them probably like a year later, like, hey, what's my favorite color? And they don't know, or they guess something different. It's like, dang, like, I thought you knew me. I thought we were in a relationship. That's how your hair feels when you try to do these fast gimmicks with getting your hair to grow fast, or when you're trying to ignore what it doesn't like. Like, you know the stuff you do and like, and you don't like for your partner to do. So like, that's like your partner doing the same thing over and over that you don't like in a relationship, and you've already told them like, yo, I don't like that. You know, it's the same thing with your hair. When your hair is breaking off, or you know, you notice damage, your hair is like, you know, like, yo, I don't like that. And it's like, I try to tell you subtle signs, and then it's like, I gotta be drastic and break off and be damaged for you to realize like, yo, I don't like that. So just pay attention to that, to what your hair does and doesn't like. You're going to know because you're going to see breakage and you won't be able to retain length. Retaining length is how you grow your hair long. I'll say it again. Retaining length is how you grow your hair long. How do you retain length? You have to most definitely keep your hair healthy, you know? So that's a whole different video I'll go into about that. But knowing your hair is, you have to build a relationship with her or him, you know, whether you're male or female. Like, my hair, that's my little baby. If she tell me she don't like something, or I start seeing breakage, like November of last year, I was wearing my hair out a lot. That's why I don't like wearing my hair out. Even though I had like the braids and stuff like that, it was when I would do the wash and goes. When I would do the wash and goes, or like wetting my hair a little more often than I normally would, my hair, like in this little area right here, started breaking off, and I noticed that, and I was like, oh, it's time to put my hair away. My hair don't like that. You can't, because you see other people doing something, because you see them with results that are successful for their hair, do the same thing with your hair and then ignore the fact that your hair is telling you like, yo, I don't like that. Please stop doing that. Because all you're going to get is breakage and damage. You have to do the things that your hair likes, and that requires building a relationship with your hair. Your hair is like a plant. You have to take care of it. I don't know if you guys ever had a plant. If you got animals, it's the same thing. Just think of it like that. Like, whatever you build a relationship, or even, you know, your partner. Like, you have to really pay attention to what your hair likes and doesn't like. It's key. It's important. You have to. If you're going to retain any length, to grow your hair to the lengths that you want it to be. Like, my hair didn't grow from me ignoring what it didn't like and ignoring the breakage and the things that were occurring. Like, my hair grew because I paid attention and was like, yeah, my hair don't like that, because she's starting to break off. That's her way of telling me like, no, you can't do this. Like, you got to switch. And when I went back to my protective styling, that was when my hair grew. Protective styling may not work well for everybody else, so you gotta just look at what worked for you. But it's very important that you build a relationship and learn what works for your hair. You can't, like I said, see somebody else and be like, man, their hair grew like 12 inches in a year. You know, whatever they were doing during that time, or just, you know, just basically that's just how God designed their body for their hair to grow. And you be like, oh man, I'm gonna do like, you gonna drive yourself crazy. And period, you gonna drive yourself crazy. And most of the time when people do those things like that, like they try to throw in your face like, my hair is doing X, Y, and Z, it's people that are going through things within themselves, and that makes them feel better to say things like that to you. That's just in general in life too, not just hair. Like, you know, it's just, that makes them feel better. Like, that's their thing. That's what they're used to always doing. And people like that, you don't need to be around them. I mean, like, all right, like, it's like, to them, that's a competition. Like, that's it, you know? Like, so just pay attention to your hair. I know you see, like, people on YouTube and things like that. If it gets really overwhelming and you just, like, it's so fixated on it, like, I had to take a break from YouTube. it was like for months I just wasn't on there. I just was building and learning my hair by itself, like learning to love my hair, learning what my hair liked, learning like, all right, she liked it, she was receptive to that type situation. Once you realize that, then you will start retaining length and your hair will start growing to new heights that you never could think that it would grow before. But when you focused on that, Sue Ellen over here has like waist length hair and I just want to get my hair there. It's like you're going to always be stuck there because you're always fixated on someone else. I'm trying to tell you, if you just figure out what your hair likes, concentrate on your hair, concentrate on you, you will see the results. You can't be fixated on someone else and be like, I'm going to see the results. Like, no, that's not with anything in life. You have to concentrate on you. Those people that are like, try this, listen, they trying to get views. I'm not here about getting views. I want to tell y'all real life stuff that's actually going to help you to grow and blossom and help your hair to reach new heights. Length retention is a whole different video. I might shoot it after this because, today would be a good day to shoot and keep it moving. But I hope all that was helpful. I love y'all and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.